Ladies and gentlemen, the people of the Republic of South Sudan, I greet you all, and on behalf of myself and the family, we thank you for your prayers and for standing with us and your encouragement to us and the family on the case of my being positive in terms of coronavirus. My test has been taken, and this morning, this afternoon, I was informed verbally that I have become negative, but my response was that that is not enough. I need to be given the written result so that I can show it to the people that yes, this is what I got from the health authorities, that I'm COVID-19 free. Because these days you hardly know who is positive and who is not positive. So for that matter, I thank you very much, and I will not be resuming my duties until I receive my COVID-19 free certificate. This is one. On the other hand, I'm really we are dismayed, we are saddened and disappointed with the events that took place yesterday in Sherikat. What took place is very unfortunate. It's not supposed to be that way, but my appeal to the people of Sherikat and to the youth in particular, and of Bor specifically, I appeal to them and request them to give chances for the law to take its course. Action has been taken, and that action which has been taken will have to be pursued through the law. Relatives of the victims of the shooting, or the relatives of perpetrators, they are requested all to abide by and respect law and order, and to stop these issues of revenge and counter-revenge. All these will not help, will not solve the problem, but will complicate it more. We are asking you to give room to the security organs, and specifically the police and the Ministry of Justice, to take up this matter and investigate into it thoroughly as a criminal case. What happened was an individual offense, an offense committed by an individual, and as such, people should not take it as something which was planned. This is something natural. It had been happening all over. This is not the first time for such a situation to take place, and as such, people should give themselves the chance, be patient and wait and see, give law the opportunity to continue. On the other hand, I appeal in particular to the youth of Bor, that what they are doing there is nothing other than adding more chaos and causing more confusion. You have allowed yourselves to be used by others. You have allowed others to enter into your lines. Those who had their own ultra objectives, they are there within your lines, and the slogans which were being shouted were shouted by those who had their own other ultra objectives. So please, keep to your places, keep distance, keep to your homes, and give chance for investigation so that the investigation takes place. And if you have any information to give to the investigation committee, that will be highly welcome. But don't again attempt to disturb the public, to cause public nuisance, to demonstrate, or to make any destruction. Whatever attempts that you try to make in order to make any destruction tantamount to a different thing altogether. I'm appealing to you to distance yourself from all this and give law the chance to take its course. Don't allow yourselves to be used by others. Don't allow others to enter your line so that they come up with their own slogans, to which you may not be a party. And if at all any of you is a party to that, please keep away from all this. This is my message to you, and my message to the youth of Bor who decided to dance to the tune of Sherikat in Bor town. My advice to them is that they should keep away from that. Whatever happens here in Juba is not their concern. If they continue to do whatever they are doing, then definitely they know how the law will take its course. And especially, after the demonstration, was there anything for looting the properties, looting hotels, and looting offices and houses? Then the demonstration was meaningless other than a looting mission. So my advice to you is that, my sons and daughters, keep away from all these. Don't allow others to enter your lines. We know the type of agitation that has been going on in Sherikat and in Bor. We know it very well, and we know who are those behind all this. My advice to you is that keep away from these people. Don't let them mislead you, because at the end of the day, they will abandon you. They are using you, and at the end of the day, they will abandon you as long as you are no longer useful to them and no longer serving their interests. My message to the relatives, to the relatives and friends of the victims, is that I send them my heartfelt condolences and appeal and request them to keep peace and give chance to the investigation committee to find out, and the law will take its course. This idea of revenge or this vengeance behavior should be left aside, and let us continue with the life and follow up the investigation as it goes. In so doing, we will be in a position to establish law and order. In so doing, we will be sending others, messages to others, that even whatever happens, please don't take law into your own hands. Don't take law into your own hands, but take the people to the law, and the law will take its course. This is my advice to you. These issues of revenge and taking law into your own hands is not advisable. It is not healthy, and it leads to more chaos than establishing a state of law and order. Well, for those who are angry, in fact, there are so many of them who are angry for their own reasons, but they decided to join the line. They decided to join it, and as such, for those who are angry, this is not how it is done. Don't be carried away by what is happening, what you do see in the TV and other places. Don't be carried away by that. For us here, we want to establish a country of law and order. And if it is a country of law and order, then my advice to you is that you should not take example from others, but let us behave as South Sudanese who have our own norms and customs and who are law-abiding people. In so doing, in blocking the roads and trying to revenge, that does not solve your problems. Of course, you are young, your blood is still very hot, but at the end of the day, you will come to realize that all that you were doing was not correct. So instead of regretting later, I'm advising you to abstain from all these and give chance to the government to maintain law and order and to investigate into this case. Well, as a chairman of Greater Boer community, of course, I tell the youth, the youth of today, that my advice to you is that you respect and abide by the advice of your elders. What you have done now, you are actually trying to send, you are tarnishing the image of our community. Your behavior is not acceptable, and as such, you should refrain from that. Yes, a mistake has been done, but even within the community, when somebody is killed, and there are people who have come to separate you, you don't insist on fighting or you don't insist on revenge, but you give law the chance. You give room for the law and order to take its course. My message to the youth is that what happened here, and especially in Boer town, is not acceptable, and it is not our norm. It is not part of our culture to loot properties, fight people in the streets and loot properties. This had never happened. You have gone as far as beating the commissioner of police. Then if you can beat the law, this is the man, the custodian of the law, who came to talk to you and you beat him. Then what is it? And you burn his car. Such behaviors are not acceptable, and I'm calling upon you to refrain from that. And anybody who had participated in that, without being looked for, he is advised to report so that he is investigated and given the opportunity to defend him or herself. Well, of course, I have already stated that, and it is not the community which investigates. It is not the community which investigates, it is the government that investigates. And this is why I'm saying give the government the chance to investigate. So, in the course of no investigation, that just ends up like that. And especially if it is a criminal investigation like this. A criminal investigation does not end up there, it ends up in the courts of law.
Can you say
So anybody who behaves that way will definitely be arrested and brought to the books.